Well, guys, the Heat took care of business. Big win over the Hawks. Blowout all the way through, pretty much. I mean, it got a little close near halftime, but they just pulled away. It was an all-around ass-kicking. So we are going to have a Game 7 here. 98-72. Dwayne Wade was amazing. 41 points, 16 free throws, 3 three-pointers. 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. He had one huge block right before he left the game. So, it was him. Beasley was big. 22 points, 15 rebounds. Beasley was a monster. The Hawks really didn't come to play. Bibby was hitting his threes, and Bibby was actually playing okay, but nobody else did. Excuse me. This series is like making people hate Josh Smith more than usual. I don't like Josh Smith already because he takes too many threes. He sucks at shooting three-pointers. He's like a 24% lifetime three-point shooter, and he's taking all these threes. Why are you taking threes? You suck at them. Let someone else shoot the three. Let Mike Bibby or Joe Johnson or pretty much anyone else on that team, because they're all better at hitting threes than you are. So he did the hot dog dunk at the end of Game 5. People didn't like that. And then in this game, he was just like bitching the whole time. I don't know. I mean, the officiating in this game was bad, but we knew the officiating was going to be bad. This is a Game 6 in Miami. The league wants it to go to 7. I'm not saying that the league rigged the game, but we all know officials respond to the home team better, so it's pretty much to be expected. The referees favor the home team. It's gonna happen. So I don't know. He was just doing some stuff that didn't make any sense. He drew a technical. He had several fouls on him that were stupid. I don't know. So we got this Game 7, but we got a problem. This series is bringing out the worst in these teams. The Bulls and Celtics are bringing out the best in each other. That's why 5 of the games have been close. We've had the overtimes, the comebacks, the clutch shots, the great plays, whatever. That's why it's been so competitive and fun. These teams bring out the worst in each other. That's why every game's a blowout. Every game has been like a 20-point margin in the final score. At least 15. It's never really fun or entertaining. It's a blowout. And I don't know exactly why it is, but they're just not bringing out the best in each other. The styles just aren't meshing. It's like, I guess the teams are somewhat similar. I think the teams are similar in some ways, and sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you want opposites playing. Like, I think the Bulls and the Celtics are more different than these two teams. Although that kind of changed because now the Celtics are looking more like Rajon Rondo's team instead of Paul Pierce's team. And now they're starting to look a little more similar because we have the point guard battle. But anyway, I don't know what it is, but this series has not been fun. It's going to 7 games, but every game has been a blowout. None of the games have been really all that entertaining past the first half. We've had some great performances. Dwayne Wade has had a couple great games. Beasley just had a great game. Kind of a breakout game for him. Josh Smith has had great games. Joe Johnson had the great Game 5. Mike Bibby has had some good games. Murray and Zaza have had some good games, but it's not working. So I am hoping come Wednesday, Sunday, these two teams can bring out the best in each other once, play a close game that comes down to the final minute, gives us a great matchup, and it'll come down to the wire. I think Miami will win. I'm rooting for Miami. But I want to see a good game because these blowouts, it's just got to be the most uninteresting 7-game series I've seen in a while. Enough on that. We got a Game 7. I think Miami wins. I'm not going to say anything else. I just hope it's close. Tomorrow, we got the Bulls and the Celtics. I could go on that for a while. I still think the Celtics are going to win. That's the only game tomorrow. Rondo's not getting suspended as I thought, so I could go on about this for a while because it's been such a great series. Guys like Ray Allen and Paul Pierce and Derrick Rose, they gotta be exhausted, but they need to kill themselves in this game, because if they win this game, I think they get an extra day off before the round 2 game starts. So either they lose and the season's over and they can go rest for the next 5 months, or they win, they get an extra day's rest, and then round 2 hits. But either way, there's no saving yourself now. Derrick Rose, Rajon Rondo, Paul Pierce, Ben Gordon, all these guys. Because Ben Gordon's been a little inconsistent this series. If he can bring it, that would obviously be big for Boston. Chicago. Now, Pierce, I think, is just tired overall. He's not just tired because this series has been so tough. He's tired because he's played hard all year. So, he might not have anything left. That leaves the door open for John Salmons to outplay Pierce. Score more points, make a bigger impact, whatever. Just in his own way, make a bigger impact than Pierce. Now, we assume Rondo's going to make a bigger impact than Rose, because Rondo's playing better than Rose right now for several reasons. But it'll be kind of close. So maybe Salmons plays better than Pierce, but Rondo plays better than Rose, and it kind of evens out. You have Ben Gordon and Ray Allen. Ray Allen killed it on Thursday. Ben Gordon did not. So, Ben Gordon needs to find a way to get hot. He needs to hit a couple shots in a row, start feeling it, and then get on a hot streak, because that's what the Bulls are going to need. Ray Allen is somewhat inconsistent simply because he is a jump shooter, and jump shooters go cold from time to time, so I can't imagine him having another amazing game after the 51 points he just put up, but it could happen because he's a fantastic player, and I think he will play well. So I think those two guys, since they are very similar players, will probably cancel each other out. So you got Tyrese Thomas and Glenn Davis. Glenn Davis has been playing better this series, and he's probably the better player, but Tyrese Thomas has shown some flashes this series, so he needs to do everything he can. Kendrick Perkins, probably a better player than Joakim Noah. I'm not really a big fan of Noah. He's been playing okay this series, but I like Perkins. I think he's a better rebounder, all-around better player. So we look at the bench. I don't know who Boston's going to bring off the bench a lot this year. In this game, they have Stephon Marbury, who's just been awful all series, so I don't think it's going to be him. Let's see. Tony Allen is trash. Eddie House is only good for shooting threes and some minor point guard duties, but he's really not all that. Mickey Moore, pretty much crap. Brian Scalabrine, crap. So that's where this game is going to be decided, because Boston might be playing with 5 guys tomorrow. I don't think they trust anybody on their bench right now, except maybe Eddie House, and Eddie House really only to hit a couple shots. The Bulls have no problem playing with Brad Miller. Brad Miller's playing great. Kirk Heinrich gets a lot of minutes. So those 2 guys got to bring it, because they can give a huge lift to this team if they outplay the Boston bench. And they absolutely should, but they need to outplay them by a lot. So that's what I'm seeing from this game. I do think the Celtics will win, because they do have an advantage of their big men. Glenn Davis, Kendrick Perkins, I like both those guys better than Noah and Tyrese Thomas, and even if you throw in Brad Miller in there. So that'll be a great game. I encourage everybody to watch. I know I will. Hope you guys will. Again, if this game ends up sucking, it's going to be a huge letdown and a huge disappointment. So let's hope that this game is good, just for the simple fact of this series has been so good, and for it to just fall apart now would just be kind of sad. So, see you guys later.